I finally got a chance to come to YouTube and slow it down a tad bit. What going on, YouTubers? What's happening? So look, listen, y'all. It snowed in Atlanta, Georgia. Everybody know who I am. I'm Chris on the CMG Landscape and Maintenance, where I'm more than a landscaper, right? So I came on here to tap in because I've been out the loop for a couple of days, and I just wanted to give a word of encouragement. I wanted to give a word of progression. I wanted to give a word, right? We understand, guys, that everything is landscape, right? Everything. Everything under the sun is landscape, right? We talking about everything. Anyway, so we got snow in Atlanta. Shout out to the rest of the outskirts, cities, states, counties. Um, and guys, when I tell you guys I was able to capitalize um on this situation, right? Because I was already I was already ready, right? So the main part about um projections and getting yourself ready, right? So let me explain something to you. Opportunities kind of run like a bus stop, right? Just because you missed the first bus, that does not mean that you can't have the opportunity to pack it up, be prepared to catch the next one. You get what I'm saying? So it was some snow like this in Atlanta. I think it was 2018, maybe 2018, somewhere up in there, right? And I already knew I was gonna capitalize on it because I started getting ready for the next snow. Because in Atlanta, anybody that don't come down south, they shut the whole city down, right? Now, they got a saying that people always say to me, Chris, you cold? Man, you from St. Louis. Let me explain something to you. First of all, if it's 50 degrees in St. Louis, I'm cold, right? If it's 50 degrees in Georgia, I'm cold. If it's 50 degrees in New York, Florida, I'm cold. So it don't matter where you from, it matter where you at. But that's neither here nor there, right? So so it was a couple of guys from my team that was willing to come out in the cold. Now the guys from my team that wasn't willing to come out, all I kept hearing them say is if. What if? What if we get stuck? What if we have an accident? What if this? What if that? Let me explain something to you. If was a fifth, I don't drink alcohol. If was a fifth, we would be tipsy, right? So I'm gonna explain something, man, about about fear, underlying fears, right? We can't be in a place where we allow them to trap us and paralyze us, right? Now, everybody have a fear of some kind, some sort, right? Now, earlier I was speaking on how it is possible to change your defects into an asset, right? But guess how you got to do that? First of all, you got to be able to be willingly say, man, I'm scared. I'm fearful, right? How do I know that fear is a major motivator? Because I've been blessed to live two lives in one lifetime, right? And I'm just a guy that can honestly say, when I was living a certain kind of way, I was always afraid, right? I was always afraid to not be the real me, not let people know who I was in real life. I would wear a mask, right? But let me tell you how I got over them fears. I eventually started to understand what real love was, right? Love more than just a word, it's an action. So if you can replace some of them fears and them ifs with what would love do in this situation if I can convert the fear into love, right? So if you had a love for the land, a love for people, a love for places, a love for things, then that would motivate you and drive you to come on out, right? That's and a lot of this is just my personal experiences, which is also my personal opinion, right? But I know anytime that I allow myself not to do something, it was more than likely I was either afraid to fail or I was afraid to succeed, right? And Whether it was one or the other, sometimes it's subconscious. Sometimes we don't know that we even struggling with some of these things, right? So when I tell you guys I'm more than the landscaper, I'm really more than the landscaper, and everything is landscape. Let's not forget that. But when you got a love for the land, a love for people, places, and things, then you can feed off the love of it, right? You can feed off of that love. Because one thing about love, it's the strongest emotion known to man. It's the strongest emotion. You can't unlove somebody or something after you done fell in love with it. Now, you may disassociate yourself from it, but there's no way to unlove anything, right? Now, you can dislike something and then eventually start to love it. Right? So the moral to what I'm saying, guys, is if is driving all of your movements, right? If it don't work, if I don't succeed, if, then just try your best to replace it with, what does love look like in the place of it, right? Because if you replace the if with love, then your perspective and perception will start to change, right? So I know once I learned how to, what up, Joshua? Reading these, man, some people. Okay. If you can, once I learned how to forgive, right? The first person I had to forgive was me, right? A lot of us will be holding anger and resentment with ourselves and be so afraid, right? We be so afraid. Get off her. We be so afraid to look at the man in the mirror to where we allow it to bog us down, right? So, honestly, that's how I'm able to, every day, y'all, I get up, right? By taking me out of it, right? If I take myself out of the equation, then things always look a lot more clearer. They always look a lot better, right? So what I'm saying is, if I take everything, if I add me and include me in it, then I start taking stuff personal, right? But what I've learned to do, for one, by the power of forgiveness, the power of love, I've learned to automatically start thinking, okay, what this person going through, what they going through. You get what I'm saying? And when you move like that, man, you can better navigate your way around, because you're not allowing yourself to take everything as personal, right? So you're able to move around a little more freely, because you can see a little more clearer, right? The moral to what I'm saying is, man, everything is, the if aspect is an illusion, right? It's an illusion. It's not really real. What if it worked, right? If I would have went strictly off of what ifs. Do you know how many opportunities would have been lost? How many people would still be in positions, including myself, that I once was in, if I would allow the illusion of what ifs, right? So I'm gonna encourage y'all, man, don't allow nothing, right, to bog you down, especially if you collect all the evidence and that if ain't nowhere, you have no reason to even allow it. There's a lot of movement going on up here. You have no reason to even allow the ifs to paralyze you and keep you stagnant, right? And I say a lot of this, man, because every day, guys, I get somebody that I can clearly see what they got inside of them. I can see the power that they hold, but they can't, right? And I understand sometimes it can be difficult because sometimes I do the same thing. There's major assets that I may have, major qualities that I'm not paying attention to, that somebody else could utilize it. You get what I'm saying? So for the most part, man, we just got to stay conscious of what we doing, what we not doing, how we doing it, and be willing to always take a look at that, man. Don't let ifs bog you down, bro. Ifs is not real. It's an illusion. It's not real. The ifs never really happen. Have y'all noticed how most of the time when you talking yourself out of doing something that's progressive, it never happens. The way you said it wasn't gonna work, the what if this happened, what if that, it never even happens. It never even comes close to happening. So just replace that what if it don't with what if it do. What if I can? What if I will? Matter of fact, I can, I will, I am. Replace it with that, man, and I'm talking about, watch how much more production you get. Watch how much more movement you get out yourself. Replace that if with what would love look like in the place of it. If. Because if is not practicing love. It's a place of fear. It's a place of doubt. Just replace it, bro. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Just replace it. Okay. Now, the conversation back to you other guys and girls that's sitting around, look, with these EINs and these LLCs. Look, texting. Look, y'all, just like that. We got to utilize each other to the highest capacity, right? Again, I'm using my platform mainly to encourage y'all, man, to start, grow, and scale. Get out these ruts, right? Get your EIN and that LLC, man, and utilize it to its capacity. It's so many things, man, that y'all could do if you trust yourself more. If you always take you out of it. Let's stop doing everything just for our benefit. And watch how the universe, man, the universe gonna reward you 10 times over. If you do things with no strings attached. No, but with that being said, I'm gonna come back on here in a minute. I gotta go pick up 2 more of my guys, drop them off at this. It's a lot of snow, and it's a lot of work going on in Georgia, right? And if you would have been ready, man, would have been real good. So y'all, man, get ready. Get ready. If you somebody that's trying to start growing scale, y'all already know the business. DM me. I'm Chris. I'm more than a landscaper, owner of CMG Landscape and Maintenance. Chill.